Hello everybody, welcome in. I was sat here a couple of hours ago and I was like, what do I colour this evening? And I was like, I just want to finish this page, so let's do another live. I just felt like it. So yeah, spontaneous bonus live stream. Welcome Jeanette, Kate, Sarah, Kimberlyn. Welcome. Your name's correct now. It's Amanda, isn't it? Sparky Smurf. Hi to Hannah and Ilex. Thanks for your advice, you fixed your name. Amazing. Yeah, it's strange that YouTube has a name and a handle, and there's two different names. Yes, Amanda, perfect. Yeah, so it's a Saturday night, so I've got a can of strawberry and lime cider by the premium brand of Aldi. Drank that whilst I ate my pizza. Can't believe I just happened to be here. I always miss the spontaneous lives. Nice. Yeah, I had this sat open on my desk and I was like, I want to finish it. I want to keep going. I was loving it. Yeah, it might. I don't know how long the live will be. We'll finish finish this dragon page and then we'll see how it goes. And then for tomorrow's live, because I'm still planning on doing tomorrow in the afternoon, I'll pick something different. Maybe something from my very long list. I've got an idea of what to do. Right. Grab a bit of paper. There's a bit of paper. There's a bit of paper. Oh, I just remembered. I was in the process of uploading a video. I don't think I pressed publish, so I'm just going to do that now. And then may prompt more people to come to the live if they see the video. There we go. You guys, if you were here in the stream yesterday, you would have already kind of seen a sneak peek of this video. It's to flip through the two colouring freeze books. Book flip throughs. There we go. Publish. There we go. It's live now. Just a quick 10-minute flip through of the two books. What time tomorrow? 3 PM my time. Alright, where do I go from here? Right, let me grab my swatch chart so I can see the colours I'm using. Just put that off to the side. And then I think I'm going to start with this lion. And I can't remember what colours I got out for it. I just kind of picked out things. I've got Dijon, Dandelion, maybe a bit of brown sugar. It's a bit brown. Might grab spice instead. Luckily that is on the top layer, so easy to grab. No, that's not it. Hi Jeanette. I think I already said hi to Jeanette when you're first in the chat, but yeah. Hello. But yeah, it's been really fun preparing the Romantic Country collab. I did have a bit of a freak out because I went through, as I've been going through emails and telling people like, you've got your choice or whatever, as I was doing that, I suddenly had a thought like, what if I've missed someone? I was getting a bit paranoid, so I went through my emails, checked the number of emails I had compared to the number of pages that I got flagged or got highlighted to do, and then I was like, this isn't adding up, I'm missing one. So then I went through and double checked all of the emails, and I did find, and it was like the second person who emailed me. I'd put in their email on the spreadsheet, but I didn't put their name, so it didn't flag it, but everything's correct now. But yeah, if you're interested in my collab, I did prepare my spreadsheet to show you just of the pages that are available. So any of the pages you see here that aren't highlighted, so you've got the highlights here, and then I think once I've received the page, I'll highlight this box to make things easy for me to keep up with. So everything else is available in case you've seen the video and thought, oh, I'm not sure. It's been filling up slowly but surely. I've got 29 out of 70, because there's 70 total spreads / pages. Yeah, I will scroll through these so you can have a look in case you're interested in joining and want to see what's still available. This is everything. I found it really interesting how the first 20 or so, I had like everyone got their first choice, which was really surprised me, because I thought, oh, there's got to be at least a few like second choices, but we are getting to that point now where people's first choices have already been taken. But it just shows how different everyone's tastes are. Hi Kimberly, welcome in. Lovely to see you. Just seemed quiet for all the people I follow this evening. Pleased to see you. Lovely stuff. Yeah, Saturday nights tend to be a bit quieter. You would join if you had the book. It's a lovely book. Yeah, that is everything available so far. Yeah, can't wait to see it all fill up. I think if it's been a few more days, I'll put a post out saying these are the pages still available if you want to get involved. But for now, I'll just leave it as some people may not have seen it on the first day. It's for Romantic Country, the first tale. And the plan is to do all 3 of the Romantic Country books, one after the other. And then, if after that people want to see something different, I might do a different artist's book for one, or I might have just a bit of a break, have a month's break. It's also a good idea. Could you do a video explaining the differences in all the pencils, etc.? I was thinking of getting some, but it's a bit confusing with the price of them. I don't want to buy an error. So I did do a video, it was at some point last year, where I went through my pencil collection. Let me see if I can find it for you. Oh, I think it was a whole supplies collection. I will find the video and put the link in the chat. It was a little while ago. Hi Anastasia, welcome. Lovely to see you here. I watched an interesting video today. I didn't realise that Everzar and Castle Arts were made by the same company. Well, yeah, when I first started colouring, I bought these Creative Peak pencils, and I saw this video where, here's the video, someone had compared all of these like black barrel ones. I'll show you them. Share, copy link. Here is a link to the video of my colouring supplies collection. Show you the Creative Peaks, but can't find them. Where have they gone? I'm in a different one. I know. There they are. That's a one. So, these are the Creative Peaks, and I believe they are also like created by the same company as like Castle Arts and what was it, Everzar? They're bizarre. I mean, these are great. There just weren't enough colours for me, so I had to, or not had to, wanted a different set. But yeah, when I first started colouring, they treated me well. Oh, got all sorts here. Crummies. They also admitted that Castle Arts have different quality. Yeah, they do look identical to Castle Arts. I can't remember who it was from, but it was someone that compared 3 of those black barreled coloured ends that look all the same, compared them all and was like, did a deep dive. I can't remember who it was though, because it was when I first started colouring. Right, I got Dijon now. Yeah, we're always happy to pause the colouring to give some advice. I like getting distracted. I think that's the beauty of live streams. You can get that real-time answers to your questions and have a nosy at books and whatnot. Could have been, no idea. But the video would have been about 3 years old now. How long I've been colouring? No, about 4 years old. Oh my gosh, it's almost been 4 years. Yeah, we all have different favourites depending on your colouring style. Are you heavy-handed or colour lightly? Yeah. I think a lot of people are either Team Prismas or Team Polychromos. Polychromos are oil based and a blending, layering pencil, whereas Prismacolors are waxy. They give a really like bright colour payoff, blend very easily kind of thing. And it is hard to get advice one way or the other because it is all about personal preference, and the only way to know necessarily exactly what you like is to try out different brands and know which ones are for you or not. I know some people will buy like just a small set to start with. I realised quite early on that don't work for me. I was getting those creative peaks. I was like, 72 is not enough. I need at least 120 pencils to be able to colour the way I want to colour. I know if I got a smaller set, it just makes it, a lot of the time it just makes it harder to buy the rest of them, because it means you get duplicates, and then it's more expensive if you buy them open stock. It's just, yeah. I mean, there's some pencils I've bought open stock slowly over time. I say some, it's just the Inktense. The Inktense and what else? The I'm currently building up my collection of Neocolor 2s. Actually, I haven't used them in a little while. Oh, that's a lie, I used it for my secret invitation page a month ago. I think I might colour its eyes brown. Yeah, nice. Hi Paulina, welcome in, welcome in. Lovely to see you. After doing my inventory yesterday, I have a total of 120 books. Just thought I would share. That's a solid amount. That's nice. 120. I now have my books in boxes, are ready to do inventory. Multiple people doing their inventory at the moment. Love that. Faber-Castell and Black Widows are my favourites. Yeah, my favourites are the Polychromos, but I also really I reach for my Black Widows a lot. Especially recently. I go through phases with my Black Widows. I won't pick them up for ages, then I'll use them a bunch. Right, let's do the sand, because it looks weird and grey at the moment. So I think Dijon and... Did I get anything else out? I don't think I did. Just Dijon. Maybe a bit of spice, or a bit of brown sugar actually. Oh, my voice went then. Have a sip of cider. You struggle with this very thing a lot lately, trying to put together sets to get them all, and it boils down to either buy them all at once or do open stock. Yeah. I think from what I've seen of other people, they will get, say, 3 blues or 3 greens of a specific pencil brand to test it out, especially like more expensive ones like say the Polychromos or the Luminance or Coloursoft or whatever, and they'll buy 3 of the same colour range, test them out on a page, so like 3 blues, use it on a water or a sky background, and use that as a way to test before deciding whether or not to get a full set. And I think that's a probably better way of testing things out without buying a small set, which is not cheap on its own, and then thinking, oh well, I like these now, and I've got to buy a whole another set and then have 30 duplicates or whatever it is. I have some of mine previously owned. So far I've been lucky. Yeah, pencils is something I built very slowly, and I'm more of a collector of books than of supplies. And in the colouring supplies collection video I did, I kind of did it as my journey, and I explained sort of, okay, I got these, I really liked them because of this, but then I felt like I was missing something because of that. Kind of explained my reasons for getting them and when I did. So I had the Brute Funa squares and used them pretty much solidly for about 6 months, maybe even more, maybe more like 8 months. I used them so much, to the point where some of them are like that big. Small sets don't have enough to do blends unless you're mixing colours, so I learned very early that small sets for testing are not such a good idea for me at all. Yeah, because if you think about a set of 12 or 24 or 36, it'll have a red, a orange, a yellow. It may have 2 oranges or 2 yellows, like not enough to be able to test the blending of them, and it is easier to blend 3 similar colours. So for example, it's easier to blend these 3 purples than it is to, say, blend the lilac, the wild berry and the dewberry, if you had that per se in a smaller set. Wouldn't buy a set that has fewer than 100 or so pencils unless it's a set I'm going to use as an add-on, like my pastel tints. I'm the exact same, Kimberlyn. It's got to have at least 100, probably 120. Like for example, lots of people have been buying the Derwent drawing pencils recently, and I keep looking at them going, do I want them? No, Jess. You told yourself you're not getting anything smaller, and there's a reason for it. It's because 72 is not enough for me. And even though they're quite unique, would probably be quite cool, I would want to use them as a set on their own rather than to supplement or complement other sets of pencils I have. I got the Harmonious, which is 72, but I never bought that with the intention of necessarily using them all in one page. There's some very unique colours that you don't necessarily find in other pencil sets that have been great to use alongside. I need to use some of the other colours more, because I just use the purples all the time. I think I've even got one just hanging on my desk. Yeah, use this quite a lot, Purple Dusk. So quite a bit smaller than what it started as. I have 3 sets of regular pencils, Prisma, Poly, Holbein, and 3 sets of water-soluble pencils, Inktense, Albert Dürer and Supracolor, and those are what I use. Yeah, that's a really nice range. I think it's nice to have some kind of water-activated medium as well. And Inktense and Albert Dürers are very different from each other. Like, the Inktense are so unique in their pencils. Still think you can't go wrong with the Artex as a beginner set. The only downfall of them is that you can't replace them, but you can get a nice full set of pencils for an affordable price. Yeah, exactly. I think I saw... Are they on the Spring Days sales? I think they are. I saw they were for really, really cheap. And just made me think, like, oh, you could just get a new set, like, and it's not going to break the bank to just replace your whole set, and then you could maybe pass on your previous set. Oh my gosh, yeah. So the 126 is at £45 at the moment, 72 is £25. It's with the spring deals. I don't know if you have the spring deal sales in the US. Amazon tends to have quite a lot of different sales on throughout the year, like Prime Day, Amazon Day, Spring Day, Black Friday, all sorts. So something like pencils, it's best, I think, waiting for a deal to come up, because more than likely the pencils will drop. For example, the Chroma Flows. They were 115 for weeks, and then this week they dropped to 94, so snatched them up. Me too, on the drawing pencils. I keep looking because I know I will get them, but I don't want to get a smaller set and buy the rest later, so I'm just going to wait till I can get the whole set, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, there's a spring day sales. I think it's till the 20th or something like that. 126 is currently sold out on the US Amazon. Oh. I need open stock for pencils and alcohol markers. Yeah. I've actually had some luck with I've got a bunch of different like replacement sets of alcohol markers. Like I got some new, what did I get? I got new pastel set, I got a 168 set, and then there's a few that don't come in that 168 set that I can actually buy open stock, so I think I'm going to do an order with them. Oh, not on Amazon, the Artex website. Ah. Oh, I did hear from my Artex correspondents that they've got a sale on at the moment. I think it's 10 or 15% off their website. After I did the review of those acrylic paint pens, I was very, very impressed with them actually. Yeah, with the Ohuhus, I'm not sure if they've got these pencils in stock now and they didn't before, or if it's the ones that I'm looking for now are ones that they just have in stock. I don't know what's true. Whether they did do a restock or what. But yeah, majority of the ones that I'm searching for are actually on there. I've got a bit of a cart going at the moment. Currently $49.99 on Amazon, not on a sale. I suppose it's pretty comparable to UK, because your dollars are worth mine worth more, I think. Yeah, I mean that's cheaper than what it is for us on a sale, because they're £45. I just converted it. That's £37. So that's pretty good. Yeah, £45 is their sale at the moment. I think usually they're 60. I think that's what I bought them for. Yeah, 60 is the RRP. Decent price. I just mean that's the regular Amazon price, I think. Ah, there you go. So seems like they're quite a bit cheaper in the US compared to the UK. I suppose if they're a US brand that makes sense. Pretty sure they are. I think my correspondence with the person who reached out to me with the paint pens, half the time she was replying at 2 AM for my time, so I was like, they've got to be in the US. Turned out to be quite a nice combo for the sand here. That is, what did I use? Brown sugar and Dijon. Certainly some new books that are coming out, even more. Tell us! Ooh, let's get up Instagram. Please hold callers. Maybe Jess will show. I will show. I just saw the like preview image. I'm like, yeah, like that. See, Paulina and I, we're constantly sending each other new books that we find, and we're just like, oh. Ooh, what is this? Let's go on the profile. Can I go on the profile? No. There we go, that's big enough. My viewing them on my laptop, sometimes if you zoom out it becomes bigger. We've got this image here. I haven't got any others. It's called Ruha's Bunny Story, a day filled with colour. That looks gorgeous, look at that cover. Let's zoom in a bit and try and translate. See the translation. Coming to the public on March the 12th. Oh. Make a moment of relaxation with soft real pastel colours. I mean, is that available on what? Amazon Japan, or is it Korean? I can't. I'm terrible at telling the difference. I think Korean. Koreans have circles in their text, don't they? But we got that. What else have we got here? Something else. I mean, come on. It's a new colouring book from Bright Day Together by Stella Park. You know I love that book. Stella Park 2, yes! Oh my gosh. 6 brands we pick. Oh, available today as well. That's the thing about the Korean books. I find that they don't necessarily put books out like upcoming releases. They just release them. And so you just kind of find them that way. Right, let's try and get a bigger picture here. There we go. Lovely. So we've got the characters. Oh, cute. Cute. Oh, cute. It's not the best quality. Oh, I'll be hunting on Aladdin later, that's for sure. I've got a few, as soon as, and Paulina knows this, as soon as Tsugumi, the Desert Fox book, comes out with, oh look at that one, walking in the like flower fields, so pretty. As soon as they come out with their book, I'm making an Aladdin order. And this will be on it as well, because I love it. Is that it? That's it. Amazing, thanks Paulina. Right, back to the scheduled viewing. See, I'm good at finding Amazon Japan ones, but but Korean ones I struggle to find them because yeah, you can't really search. It's so hard to search on Aladdin. I literally said no more, and they just show up almost every day. I feel like this year the Japanese books have been on it this year, whereas I feel like last year it was a bit slow. I mean, we had Laura Mia right at the start of the year by Eerie. We had barely any from the Tokimeku series, and we've already got 3 this year. 4? Was that year 1? I think that was that published this year. But last year we had the Travelling Animal Orchestra, which was right at the end of the year. The rabbits and nostalgic Japanese scenery, and then was this one? Check the back of the book. I can't remember if this was last year or the year before. Yeah, that was 2024. We had two. I think there was another one. There was another in this thinner series, that one with the houses that I didn't get. Oh, it's not on here. Must have been after that one. Hang on, no, I think this was 2024 as well. It was. So was it literally just... Yeah, with the Tokameka books, it was this one and... I don't know if it'll have it at the back here. Yeah, and this one. The Wonderful Houses, the second one by Mona, and I didn't buy that one. That one. So only two last year, and already we've got... there was that one which was about, like, different seasons. And that was the Kodavari, the smaller one. Then we have the Alice and Diner in Wonderland, which I will be getting. We've got the Bear Travel one. There's another one called ABC coming out. So that's already 4. And we're not even a quarter of the way through the year. I mean, one of them isn't released till May, I think. I don't even need to look because Paulina and Jess will tell me, yeah, you can rely on us. You can rely on us. Same with Disney, like, I like to keep an eye on Lyrica every now and then. It's been a bit slow this year, but that's okay. You can have some people slow down. I mean, March has been a hell of a busy month in terms of releases. I mean, I've actually not got that many written down here. This is my upcoming colouring book releases. Inklings we've had, Tales from the Castle Ruins. I've got Tome 13, colour by number. Utterly adorable. Although on Amazon UK it's showing up as April 17th, that book. But I feel like we've had more. Yeah, Camila Angel Cova, we have an RJ Hampson, and those don't have, they just get released when they're ready. Hi Anna and hi Dana, welcome to you both. Yeah, I just felt like carrying on with this dragon. I just gushed over some new Korean colouring books. Oh! You saw Maria Troll say the other day that the English version of the Magical Library is going to be released this spring. That's amazing. I've already got it on pre-order. But I did see a preview image. Oh, let me get that up. Everything's so far zoomed out now. Reset. Let me get up Maria Trolla. Maria. Yes, that's the page I'm on about. She shared a preview page and I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Zoom out. There we go. Look at this page. Oh, lost it. There we go. It is stunning. Oh, I love it. Oh, look at those books. There's going to be so many books. I absolutely love it. But I did see something else on her Instagram. This was a while ago. I love this. I don't know if that's part of the new book. I hope it is. Zodiac. Yes, please, Maria. Let's zoom in and see. Oh, she's an Aquarius. Let me... Oh yeah, it is in the Magical Library. So yeah, really looking forward to that page. Love it, love it. Did you say it in that post? This one? Checking books. And checking posts. That's released in April. What's it say here? New picture book. I don't know. Right, let's go back. Does anyone know when the Flower Fantasy is going to release in the US? Usually, and from past releases, it's about a year, unfortunately. Like, the, what was the previous book? Dream Voyage just got released in the US, I want to say last month. or the month before, like January, February, like the start of this year. It was quite recently. So it is going to be quite a bit of a wait, I presume, based on previous releases. Right, let's do this water. Yeah, usually it takes almost an entire year, which is so strange. Like, I don't understand why that book, especially as it's published by Lomart, and they do Kirby's books. It's the same publisher. But then again, they also do the Stratton Peterson books, and I think those take quite a while to get to the US, and they change the covers and whatnot. It's just a bit weird. Right, I'm going to do the water now. I've got Blue Yonder and Carolina Blue, and I did pull out Deep Sea. I might add just a light touch of this. Some of the shadows here. Where can we get it overseas? Yeah, you can go to Amazon UK, but mind their shipping. Oh, my Chroma Flows, Kimberlyn, you would have screamed. My Chroma Flows came in, no lie, a paper bag. Like a thin brown paper bag. It also had a box. It was in a box of its own, which I think is why they put it in this just like large paper bag. I was going to send you a picture and be like, you'd be horrified, but it was in a box inside, so I thought, okay, that's fair enough. She just came in a bag, and I was just like, what is this? But check out Blackwell's. I think Kimberlyn did check them out, but they were not available. But often Blackwell's, they actually even offer free shipping from the UK to the US. So they are a good one to check out. But yeah, Blackwell's is just whether it's got it actually in stock available. Amazon UK will package the book in a paper cardboard envelope with no padding. Yeah, I can show you exactly what they come in, because I have a bunch saved. This is exactly what they come in. Just this. Oh, I have been missing this number 17 sticker, and I know exactly the pen it's for months. And it was there. Amazing. I mean, it's lost all its stickiness because it's got cardboard on the backing, but, oh, I found a sticker. But yeah, this is what all Amazon books come in. Just cardboard. In fact, not even thick cardboard at that. Very thin. I don't know how to... Yeah, that's what all packages from Amazon come in. Occasionally it will come in a box. Thunder Bay Press does ours, not Lomart. That's that I'm aware of, unless they are the same. When will France get it? I didn't realise that. So your Kirby books. Has someone got a Kirby book nearby? Got Dark Fairy Tales here. This is published by Lomart, Michael O'Mara Books. It's got it on the spine here. Is yours also published by Lomart, or is it published by something different? Maybe it's just a UK publisher, but I love Lomart. But it's like you can get the Kirby books at the same time, but not the Melpomenes. Why? If you purchase from Amazon UK, I suggest you send it to a locker in case the weather is terrible the day it arrives. Mine got water damage. To be fair, the idiot driver left it in the rain. The packaging fell apart when I picked it up. I mean, yeah, we have the same issue here where they leave packages in the rain. You're just like, why? Why? Why would you do that? Especially when 9 times out of 10 someone's got a covered porch, or they were home the whole day. They just didn't even bother. My mailman folds everything because he's lazy. When I had Tiny Tales arrive, they folded that envelope and I was like, better not have ruined my book. I was just like, what are you doing? And shoved it through the letterbox. So I just leave it on the porch, or, I don't know, ring the doorbell and I would have answered the door because I was home. In fact, I think I was stood next to the door. Not sure about Kirby books. Yours is by Plume. Ah, that's correct. Thunder Bay Press has the rights to Malcolm Many's books here in the US, so that'll explain it. Oh, you got Flower Fantasy from iMusic. So there you go. Check out iMusic. That's iMusic.uk, I believe. Even though it's a Danish site, but if you search iMusic Flower Fantasy, then that'll be good. I ordered the circle stencils that you recommended. Amazon sent them in one of those paper envelopes and they arrived bent. Lovely. So I suppose if they're not published by Lomart in the US, that'll explain why it's a year, because it's probably a publishing rights situation. Who was it? Oh, I watched a video where someone did a deep dive into discontinued books. Who was it? Someone help me out here. A couple of weeks ago, someone did a deep dive into Hannah Carlson's discontinued books and talked to someone from the publishing team who explained the different reasons. Oh, who was it? Who was it? Nessa? Was it Nessa? Columama? I need to search it because it's bothering me. Coloring books discontinued. Nixie. It was Nixie colouring time. It was a really great video. I recommend watching that. Out of print books, what is happening? Yeah, it was a great video. She had like a full conversation with the publisher for, who is it? Gibbs Smith? Yeah, Gibbs Smith. And basically, like, the reason why it takes a year, or it takes a long time for Swedish editions of books to get to the English edition, is because the Swedish ones are actually published by someone different. It's not Gibbs Smith. If I check here, I can see by the spine that it's something different. Toucan Forlag. Something different. Toucan Forlag is the Swedish edition, and they have like rights to a book, kind of like how Colouring Heaven has exclusivity rights to artists' work for 6 months, and then the artist can publish that work in other books. I know this from Emma Peters at Storm's Eye Design. She's explained that. So because of these rights is why it takes a while for books to come from different countries and get changed, because they're different publishers. They have to go through like the exclusivity period of the previous publisher who bought the rights for that book from the author, kind of thing. Well, not the author, the illustrator. But she did an amazing job explaining it all and really kind of like put it into perspective. It was interesting and made a lot of sense, yeah. Weird, my Kirby Dark Fairy Tales is Plume out of New York. Ah, I've never even heard of Plume. Still don't understand why certain ones have gone out of print. It's supply and demand at the end of the day. You've got to think from a publisher's point of view. Yes, as a colouring community, it seems like there's a lot of people wanting these books, but in reality, they've done a print run of a book, it's sat on the shelf, and it's taken 8 years to sell out of that first edition print run. They're not going to do another one. It's not viable for a business to have books sitting on a shelf. And you've got to think, with the colouring community, it is like the tiniest percentage, the tiniest wedge out of all books published. It's just not enough of a marker, even though on social media it seems like there's hundreds, thousands of people wanting these books, going after these books. In reality, there isn't, and if there was, they would do a reprint, but because a lot of these books are getting to be 10 years old now, that's the reason why they're not getting reprinted. And Nixie didn't say how many had been sold, but she was shocked at how low the number was. She said, they told me the number and I couldn't believe it. I just found a comment where Maria said the English book is coming out this spring, but she didn't have a definitive date yet. Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great. It says an imprint of Penguin Random House. Ah, it's a division of Lom, I think, honestly. Plume is. Ah, so like the kind of like American branch, probably. All my Kirby's from the US are by Plume. Ah. It's weird, you kind of don't even consider the American and the English editions having different publishers totally. You just think, oh, they've changed the spelling of colouring to be with a U instead of an O, or to have a U instead of not. Because at the end of the day, that's the main difference. They don't exactly have to make many changes to the book. Not that there's much translation to be had for colouring books to begin with. I just can't believe how quickly the Hannah Carlson books they were gone, and then how quickly the price was insane for people selling their books on. Absolutely insane. I think the most annoying thing is you don't know that a book is out of print until it's too late, because all the prints have gone, and there's no like announcement saying, okay, this is the last reprint, get your books now kind of thing. Or we've only got so many, because a lot of people they don't realise until it's too late. Like, oh, I've got this book on my wish list, I'd like to get it. Oh, it's suddenly out of stock and I can't get it anywhere. What? That's the annoying thing. I thought they were associated because at the front of the book it gives credit to Lom for the copyright, but I guess they are different. But yeah, Penguin Random House is Plume. Okay. Who does Penguin Random House do? I feel like they've done a Johanna, maybe. Although I'm looking at Johanna's books. What does it say there? Ebury Press. Another one was Virgin. I didn't realise Virgin did books. She's had a few different publishers over the years. Wish they would reprint Fabiana Atanasia's earlier books, the fairy tales ones. And there was a Mythical Creatures one too I would like. There's no way I'm paying $150 for one book. Yeah, no, I would not either. I was talking to Andy at Zacatissimo because she saw me share the Mythical Creatures book and she really wanted to get one. She actually emailed the publisher, but she did manage to find the older versions on Vinted, and she emailed the publishers and they said, so there was a second edition. The one that I have is the second edition of it, which is a compilation of the 2 black cover ones. It's got not every single page from both, but most, and they collated them into one book, and that was the second edition. But the publisher actually said maybe I should consider doing a second print run of those 2 original books. So it could happen. I'd recommend finding out the publisher and emailing them, because the more more suggestions they have, the more likely they are to do it. It's the fact that it was available for such a limited time and only in one shop in the UK called The Works, and that was it. It wasn't available on Amazon or anything like that. And I did my searching. When I bought it in store, I was like, right, let's look up the ISBN, let's look up different titles, let's look at these different publisher types. Nope, every single result, just The Works, nothing else. You had the same problem getting an English copy of Moon Valley, ended up getting a Dutch version. I think the English version must be out of print. Yeah, that's a good tip. When Hannah Carlson's Seasons first went out of print, you could get the Dutch version, the Tide Perk, with the one with the yellow cover. Or is that Swedish version? I don't know. It was one of the versions. But you could be able to find the other languages versions soon after they went out of print, and then after that it also became hard to find because they went through their stock. But yeah, a good idea is to look for the artist on Amazon rather than necessarily the book title, because you can sometimes find different language editions on Amazon. Right, there we go. I think I want to grab a white, which is right at the bottom of all this. Oh. Look how that's just made the light go crazy. There we go. Got a double set on Vinted right after I had already purchased Mythical Creatures, so I ended up with 2 copies of one. Oh, what else have I missed? I got lucky and got a perfect mouse guard book for £12. For 12 plus 6 shipping. I did not have high hopes, being as it was so cheap, but it was perfect. Nothing coloured or bent spine, not broke. Amazing. That was very lucky. After that video you mentioned, I went to see about getting the Ink House, and it's on Amazon for regular price. It's not hard to find. Yeah, the Ink House. You can find it. It just tends to be a bit more expensive than other books. Yeah, you can get it on Amazon for... Oh, what do you mean? Not on Amazon UK. 78 quid. Lowest price used is £19. But that doesn't explain. It's used good. I would not get anything that's below very good. But a used good edition, £78.95, £9.74 shipping. That's insane. Yeah, Ink House is one I've got my eye on Vinted. Ooh. On Amazon UK as well. Vintage shipping wasn't ridiculous. It's like $10 here. Oh wow, new. Got Ink House off Amazon the other day and it was new for $9.95. See, what's that about? What's that about? Why is the US hoarding all of these copies of Ink House? Sorry for the creaky chair. Gotta say, it is hurting my hand, this. Right, I am feeling it today. Doing these larger areas especially. Call it dynamic pricing, don't they? Well, yeah. I suppose again, if it was a US published book, that makes kind of sense. But I don't know. I don't know. I think House has been one of those books that I've been aware of since I started colouring. I just don't know if it's for me. And I think if it's been this long, then maybe it isn't. But it's like, you know, when you see someone colouring it for the first time, you're like, oh, that looks so much fun. Like I saw Jo do her first page and I was like, oh, I love it. And it makes you want it again. And you're like, do I actually want it? Or do I just want it because I see someone else has it? That's the trouble. Right, let's grab Morning Mist. And then Charcoal Grey and Carbon Grey. Now we'll do a little cheeky zebra over here. Hiya Dawn, welcome. Lovely to see you. It has still available on Amazon, $18, 14 copies left. Don't know, I looked it up and couldn't figure out what was going on, so I just ordered it. It's a nice book, not very thick, but looks like others I saw. It's decent paper and is stitch bound. Yes, David Peterson is coming out with a new Mouse Guard book, but it's only available in the US and apparently is not shipping worldwide, and that is so disappointing because I know so many people would love to get their hands on a book by him. And it's just like, wow, why do they keep doing this? The colouring community is very much international. Don't gatekeep things to just one country, please, and thank you. It's a good one, yeah. Right. Just a little bit of shading for the white on that zebra. Then I'll grab Charcoal Grey for its stripes. Hiya Alexis, welcome in. Lovely to see you. You bought a second copy of The Ink House. Do its hair there, and grab this Carbon Grey. Cheeky little zebra there. Have some cider. Right, let's do this dragon now. You thought your copy of Dragons du Monde was here today. USPS said I had a package delivered, so I rushed out, but alas, it was not. Ooh. It's always sad when that happens. You just get so excited and then it's like, oh, that's not it. Something else. I'm going to do all these grey bits first because it's been throwing me off since I've coloured it that they look weird being this lighter grey. I always knew they were going to look more dark grey, black. I still wanted to be able to see the texture of the line work underneath. Does dragon have woolly wings? I don't understand. I talked about this in the last stream. Why does a zebra dragon have feathery wings? I don't get it. And it's not like it's this artist style, like they always draw feathery wings. It's just this dragon, and it's just a bit odd. I don't quite get it. But you know what? Who am I to judge him? Who am I to judge him for having feathery wings? Maybe it's useful. Maybe they glide in the sky better like that. If you guys like the Disney Petit Poupée colouring book, not the colour by numbers, there's a new release on Lyrica. Yes, it's called Adorable Petit Poupée, and I will be getting that. I know it is waiting for me at Zoe's house, so I'm looking forward to receiving that. She got it for my birthday. Yeah, there's another Disney book by the artist Tracy D'Souza, who has done some of the most gorgeous Disney books. She did the Disneyland colouring book that I got from Disneyland Paris. She did the Une année de coloriage, the gorgeous hardback book, and she did Disney Inspiration, where you've got the different coloured pages for inspiration and you pick which colour palette you want to go for. But she's got a new one called Flowers, or probably like Jardin. I'm gonna find it for you. I want to share. 4 of Fabiana's fairy tale books are available on Amazon Spain: The Wizard of Oz, Snow White, Peter Pan and Pinocchio. Of course they are the Spanish versions, all for €5.43. I mean, that's not bad. Sign in. I've got a little mandala book which arrived today. It's not very intricate, it'll be fine with alcohol markers but not my fine liners. Nice. The Disney book is called Grand Carré Adorable Petit Poupée. Yeah. Let me go to my wish list. Yeah, I can show you that book if you're curious. Here it is. It's called Grand Carré Adorable Petit Poupée. And this is by Capucine Sauvignon. And look at those pages. I love how they're like full scenes rather than just a big character with some stuff around it. I really like the detail on these. I love that page with Flynn Rider. And I like this one. You got her dreaming of dancing with the prince in the ballroom. Very cute. And then it's just the same images over again. Hi Dawn. Welcome in. And then what else have I got here? They're kind of not in order, which is weird. Here it is. This is the book I was talking about. Jardin Enchanté Disney. And look at that cover. How stunning. How stunning. And these are all themed to different flowers. And I think it says on the page, or says somewhere, what the flowers are. I feel like I saw that somewhere. Yeah, look how beautiful they are. I will definitely be getting this. I could have sworn I saw something where it was had the flower written on the page. Am I too zoomed in or not zoomed in enough? I don't know. Reset. Well, it may have been on Tracy's Instagram, to be fair. That book may or may not have arrived at mine for my birthday, wink wink. Yeah, I did just mention that, I did. I was like, I am expecting it. And then what else have I got here? Some of these are all older releases. This is a new one that I had in my wish list and they've just come up with a cover. It's called Bébé Animaux. Baby Animals. It's a colour by number in the square format. So the single-sided. Yeah, hi Zoe, hi Lucy, welcome in. And look at those pages, they are gorgeous. I don't think I'll be getting this one to start with, at least. Oh yeah, definitely, like this is such a bit of Zoe, this. She loves her animals. I mean, you've got Dalmatians, you've got Bambi, I'm sure there'll be a Fox and a Hound page in there. Look at the number of colours, I didn't even look at that. Oh crikey, yeah, that is a lot. For a small page, that is a lot. That one's not so bad. That one's not so bad, but that one goes through all the letters and starts with some symbols down there. That looks to be Pinocchio, that. You can sometimes make it out from the line work. Oh, I cannot work that though. All that. So many colours. Paulina's like, not for me. And then there's another one that I've got in my wish list, Petty Hero. No picture, no description, due out May 20th. But yeah, I'll just look through. The way I do it is I search Disney Coloriage, and then I go down the filters and I look for forthcoming, and then I'll just scroll through. You've got a lot of these like kiddie books, and sometimes I like base it off the titles. Yeah, this one is coming to me. The Grand Classiques Tome 13. Oh, let's show this one off. I ordered this with my last lyrical order, and it will ship once it's ready. Look at these pages. Look at that Isabella one. Oh, it's just stunning. I love this newer, more detailed style. I am all about the details. I really am. I just love them. And I like the composition of these pages, how they're not just screen grabs from the film, which is, there's nothing bad about that. But I like it when the artist has clearly made this themselves. Like, look at that one of Arthur with Merlin reflected in the sword. So creative. I love it. And so many double pages. I think over half of the images are double pages. Got all the dwarves. Simba catching fireflies, so cute. I love that Nemo one. Often I don't like the Pixar ones because they don't tend to do lines, like black outlines, but this one's got the black outlines. Look at the coral. Fun. Yeah, I cannot wait for this to arrive. When's it released? Is it the 18th? Yes. So it should arrive next week, potentially. $40 to ship. Crazy. You've got Tome 13 pre-ordered too. Literally cannot wait for this. It looks beautiful. It looks like the style of Princess's Tome 2, but with more characters. Yeah, should be Zoe. Yee. Alright, scrolling through, see if I can find anything else. Yeah, sometimes I search for Hachette Disney. Ooh, what is this? Dalmatians. This looks like one of their older style books. Oh my god! Look at that page! Look at that page! Who likes colouring books? I do. I know not everyone. This is Yolanda's worst nightmare, this page. She hates books. I love to colour books. That is such a gorgeous page. Don't care for that. Oh, that's cute. That is cute. Send it to her. I should be like, Yolanda, I found a new book. I'll show you the cover first, you know, lead her into a false sense of security. Right, let's put that on the wish list. I just put things in my wish list. I don't necessarily buy them all. Add to wish list. Yeah, I got a book recommendation. Look at this. Look at the cover. Cute. And she'll be like, oh, cute. And I'll be like, look at the page. And she'll be like, what are you doing to me? She'll be like, we're no longer friends. Oh, funny. Yeah, there's baby animals. There's the garden one. I'm really looking forward to this one. I love a unique one. Do it! Hiya, Jana. Welcome. Welcome in. Yeah, you kind of have to... No. You can kind of tell by the prices of things, like what's something worth looking at. Like if it's... The Hatchet Hero books tend to be around like £12–13. This book, is that on my wish list? It's not. But Bruno Art Gallery, I recommend him to any Disney book lover. Check him out because he does upcoming releases. He does really early flip throughs of all books, usually a couple of weeks before they get released, or even a month before they get released. I think he's an affiliate or an associate or something. He gets sent a load of books from Hatchet Heroes. But he explained this book, and it's £30, which is quite a lot. But it's like a make your own reference book. Like, you'll have a picture of a character, and then you'll have a space to write down your colour combos for it. And I think it sounds very cool. And it's something that I'm interested in. There's been no images released so far, but he did like a little mock-up. It sounded cool. We've got a few of these English editions coming out, which is weird. Bruno Art Gallery. If you search that onto YouTube, he is French. I listen to his videos in auto dub, which I know for some people hate that. Oh yeah, that's a Moana specific one. I think that already exists though. Yeah, that's it so far. They'll have like a bunch get released all at the same time, so it's good to check back and forth. But this is what I'll do, like, I'm relaxing for bed, and then I'll just browse through Lyrica, through Amazon, like my local Amazon, Amazon Japan, and just see what's new to add to my wish list. Sometimes I add things to my wish list because I'm interested to see what they are, and then I'll be like, yeah, nope, not for me, or I'll be like, yeah, I'll keep that in my wish list. Hi Anna, you just started colouring. What colouring book would you recommend me to start with? Oh my gosh, that is a tricky question. I would recommend watching some collection videos and thinking about what speaks to you the most. Do you want something cute and cozy, like simple? Do you want something a bit more detailed but not crazy detailed? Do you want something large? Do you want something small? Do you want something to be able to colour with pencils, or do you want to use alcohol markers, or do you want to use felt tip pens? Or there's so much out there. In fact, I've got this video idea written down of colouring books I suggest for beginners, where I go through a bunch of different, mainly artists, which I think are good to start with, for various different reasons, and explain why I think they're good for beginners. I just feel like it would be a good resource to have, because I often get asked a question and it's really hard to answer just like saying it like this. But I would recommend either Small Victories or Inklings by Johanna Basford. I think that is the perfect beginner book. I would have coloured the shit out of that book when I first started colouring. My first book was Magical Jungle. But these Small Victory books, I can show you Small Victories because I have it. I don't have Inklings yet. Ugh. Sorry for the creaky chair. I would recommend this to any beginner. And there's a second version of this, same format, but it's called Inklings, and it's got a pink cover. But you've got these small images, quick easy wins. You've got bigger ones, small ones, like some full page scenes. I think if I was starting out I'd choose Inklings over this one. I do think Inklings slightly better. But you've got some full page ones. And it just gives you a flavour for colouring. You can experiment in this book. And it's a nicey small size. But yeah, I think if I had to recommend one, it would be this or Inklings. Yeah, there's one that I've done. You can experiment with lots of different colours. Oh, the Dachshunds, so cute. Yeah, lots of florals in here. If florals aren't your thing, this probably isn't for you. But yeah, I am planning on doing a video. I might try to do a big filming week next week, because I've got a week off. I'm going to try and do some more of my Snow White colour by number whilst listening. Lovely. Hashtag luck mode activated, or exclamation. Also be able to find colouring tutorials for Small Victories on YouTube if you want to learn how to choose colours or do shading. Yeah, that's also a good point. Small Victories is good to start with because there's lots of content already out that you can find. Yeah, there's a couple of videos that I want to make next week. I think the first one I'm going to do is one book per category. Feeling very excited by that. But yeah, the beginners one I will also endeavour to do. Oh, I still need to do a winter randomizer wrap up. Okay, so that's 3 videos. I'm going to write this down. Actually no, I've got a space in my flipping journal for this. Oh yeah, objects I like / hate to colour. Got that written down. Oh, I've moved my pen. I know where my pen is, it's in my bedroom. I won't write it down. This is specifically for videos for next week. One book per category. Books for beginners. Winter wrap up. There we go, so I don't forget. And it's on my desk. My copy of the Travel Diary of Whimsical Cats arrived yesterday, and I'm so glad I got it. Is that the one, like the Capricious Cats one? 'Cause I saw it watching Kay's video recently, and also in Zacatissimo's collection series. Yes, it is that one. I think, what a funky name. The Capricious Cats. It does look very cute, that. Cats are such goofy little things. You've seen it translated both ways. R.J. Hampson's new one, Tiny Tales 3, is good too, if you like the smaller books. Yes, that's a great suggestion. The only difference, I would say, is paper quality. Whoops. Just dropped my phone. Johanna Basford's paper quality is much better. But if, say, you want to use alcohol markers, like you've got those, this book's good for that because it's single-sided. But yeah, this has got such a large variety of pages and cute little scenes. Not necessarily quick wins. Depends on the page. Some of them are quicker than others, or quicker looking than others. Like, some of them are very detailed like that. Not too bad. Different themes. My biggest recommendation for a beginner though is try out several different artists. Don't do what I did. And I'll show you what I did with my old journal here. Do as I say, not as I do. But don't, I mean, you can if you want. You do you at the end of the day. Don't start out colouring. So this was my first 6 months of colouring. I started in June 2022, I'm not sure the exact date, but out of these there were 17 books, and out of those 17, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 were by Johanna Basford. And you're not really, it's good to try out loads of different artists, like 8 Johanna Basfords. I had 2 Rita Berman, 2 Mel Pimenez, a Morgan O'Brien, a Kirby, and then it was when I started buying single books from different illustrators is when I like really fell in love with it, and I started buying all sorts of different sets. So like when you're starting out, just buy 1 or 2 from an artist, because sometimes there's like a specific theme that you're really drawn to, but you also want another different specific theme. So I suggest Johanna Basford, Rita Berman, Morgan O'Brien's a great one to start with. Kirby is also good. I mean, quite an intimidating one. I don't know if I'd recommend that to beginners. Looking at the rest of these that I got. Stratton Peterson I'd really recommend. It's kind of crazy looking at this. I started my journey into Amazon Japan books pretty early. It's towards the start of 2023, which is interesting. I thought it took me a bit longer. And the same for the colour by numbers. I thought I didn't get into those for a while. Didn't get into RJ for quite a while. Where's my first RJ book? Oh my gosh, where is it? RJ. Shout if you see him. Not that you can help me. There's one, but I know I definitely got some before then. Here. Oh my gosh. February 2024. It took me over a year and a half of colouring before I got into RJ Hampson, which that is a crime. But he didn't appeal to me to start with, and then suddenly one day he did. And your tastes do change over time, and that's perfectly okay. Yes, Maria Troll's another one that I definitely recommend for beginners. But often it's a case of seeing, okay, I like this artist's style. Let's have a look at someone's complete collection to see which one's my favourite out of those and test that one out. Absolutely, paper is what most call bad, but I like it. I've grown accustomed to it now and can work around it. Me too. But I have heard that Amazon US paper is a lot worse compared to any other country in the world. Because for me, like, Amazon UK paper, like, it's not great, but it's not... You can still work with it. You can do great work with alcohol markers. Yes, it does bleed all over the place, but you can learn to work with that. And pencils, I mean, I have a whole RJ Hampson book where I've just used polychromos, and that is not for everyone, I can admit, but I really love the kind of vibes I've got from it. I got your first Kirby book in 2015 and didn't start colouring in Kirby till last year, but loved the artwork, so bought the book off the shelf, and that's fair enough. Nothing wrong with buying something to admire the artwork, because he is such a talented artist. But I think as a beginner, he is overwhelming. And the same with Melpomene, she is overwhelming. But then when you start to colour, you realise that actually they're not as scary as they first thought, but that's not necessarily what you'd recommend for a beginner. Feels like newsprint to me sometimes. I mean, this is definitely not newsprint. I don't know. It's not terrible. Probably like half as thick as this. Like, yeah. we may have scared. Or she may be writing notes. I don't know. But anyway, if anyone's lurking away and they're also a beginner and they've got these questions, there's some answers for you. And keep an eye out next week for a video going in depth. Just got a laser printer and went hunting PDFs. Nice. Johanna has a whole book you can print off. It can help you decide what you want. Also a great suggestion if you sign up to Johanna's mailing list. And there's several artists like RJ Hampson. He has a free mailing list, and every month he emails you a page. And I think when you first sign up you get, is it like 7 free pages? Like a little collection from some of his different books. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, looking out for artists who have mailing lists can be a good way to get some free samples to do an initial test before you dive in and buy. Do not like Amazon premium paper in Christine Karen's. It is so slick on my Prisma, just slip and slide on it. Yeah, I've never even tried it, because from what I've heard it is like that much better than normal Amazon paper, and I'm not paying an extra £5 or whatever it is for that much better paper. If the difference is so minimal, and I don't struggle with Amazon paper. I can work with it. I find it okay. But I can understand why others don't. I get it. It's not the best. But I mean, the RJ Hampson TLC page that I printed out, I just used my own printer paper. Thought that's what I'm used to with RJ's art style. Might as well keep that way. Ooh. Sorry, I just suddenly thought I've got an idea of what I can colour tomorrow on stream. I've got an idea, and I thought of it because I was thinking about printing. Come on. So, last month, for the Colouring for Cancer initiative, Amy Ward Art created these 2 colouring pages, and I'd really like to colour one of them. I think this one. I want to start with this one. It's called the Leaf Ride or something like that. Leaf Riders. Riding the river. I can't remember what it's exactly called, but how amazing is this? I think it's going to be so fun to colour. And I'm interested to see what this paper's like, because I got this from, I think it was from Cass Art, like an in-person Cass Art store. It's just a book of paper, and it's quite textured. So I'm interested to see how it performs, and then I may potentially print some more stuff out on it. But yeah, got this one, and then she also has this one, the Treetop Treats page. It's a bit more involved, got a lot of brown going on. But yeah, this is Amy Ward Art. She's a fellow colourist here on YouTube. She illustrated this on stream last month. Illustrated both of these, and it was for reaching some donation goals for the Colouring for Cancer. Yeah, and they're free. These are totally free. You can get them from her Ko-Fi page, or Ko-Fi page. That's Amy Ward Art. I'll put the name in chat if you're interested, and you can search her on YouTube. There we go. Yeah, I think I might do that tomorrow. Do I? Yes I do. I want to support her, and I think it's going to be really fun. It's going to be a fun colour. Rita Berman usually has a freebie or two now. Rita Berman occasionally puts out freebies, tends to be when she's got a new book coming out or a season specific, but you've got to be quick. Like, they only tend to be available for a couple of weeks, which is a bit frustrating. For the colouring stuff I bought, I must say the printer was my best buy. That's great. Yeah, people definitely recommend laser printers, which is what I have, but the quality is kind of bad sometimes. But it's done an okay job with that one. There's some fuzziness to the lines, but again, I think that's my printer's fault, not Amy and her line work, the kind of file of it. She originally illustrated it in A3, so it's shrunk down, so it should be really crisp, the quality, at an A4 size. Sorry if I miss comments, I have a thumping headache. Oh, take care, Jeanette, drink plenty, and just rest up. Best thing about laser printer is ink is waterproof. Yes. Although I'm pretty sure Amazon use inkjet printers, so like you can use them. And the alcohol markers do alright on it. Right. There we go. Take the second line of feathers. A lot of his stress induced, trying hard to chill. Definitely try and chill. But yeah, I have the next week off work. I'm not back till, not next Tuesday, the Tuesday after. So we're good. Well, it's 9 days. 9 days in a row. And then next Saturday I'm going to be doing my bookmark bonanza live stream, where I see how many bookmarks I can colour in one day. And I did go through earlier this evening. I went through and picked out some options. I picked 8 from each. I thought 10 was a bit much. In fact, no, I've picked 8 from each of the Disney ones and only 6 so far from the Diane Defoe ones. I might get my parents to pick one each. Get them involved. And try and colour them. For sure. Like, there's one that I definitely want to colour. I'll have them pick one each. I'll colour those, and then the other one could be something that gets voted on or something like that. I don't know. My thumb is hurting with these pencils. Oh my gosh. See what everyone means now. Alright, there we go. I think those wings are definitely looking more kind of like in place now, that they're a bit darker. Right, grab, what was this one again? Morning Mist. It's a really nice kind of warm, almost sandy grey. Which I think works well for this. Yeah, they are a bit thinner. I measured them. Measured them compared to all my other pencils. You know what, I should get my dad's little... He's got like a proper, precise, like, measuring tool thing. I should get that, and I can give you a proper, like, okay, it's this much thinner. Because from me measuring them just with my ruler, it was the same width as a Prismacolor. I reckon it must be like less than a millimetre, like less than half a millimetre difference in width. I'm trying to think, does that... This doesn't really hurt my hand, but that does. Like, the way I'm holding it as well shouldn't necessarily hurt my hand like it does. Like, if I hold it like this, I'd expect that to hurt, but with my thumb over it like that, yeah, weird. Just goes to show how the width does make a bigger difference than you expect. Yeah, I've seen people recommend using little pencil grips. I use so many pencils, I'd find it so annoying to have to change them over. It's bad enough having to change between like 2 or 3 short pencils that I need an extender for, let alone 20 pencils that I'm using on a page, sharing out the grips on. And it's not like terribly bad, and it's worse for like large areas. These smaller bits, like, it's not so bad. Hi, Mandy, welcome in. I am doing well, thank you, and so is Lexi. God, it was freezing this morning. Woke up and I was like, Google, what's the temperature? 1 degree. went outside and the ice on my windshield was so thick and frozen. It took me ages to scrape it because I was using de-icer spray. That wasn't cutting it. Then I was scraping it and that wasn't cutting it. I just kept sort of spraying and scraping and going back and forth between the two. And I think it was because it rained yesterday, there was like a layer of water on the car and it must have just frozen overnight. But then the sun came out and it was a beautiful day. I was in my car, had my sunnies on. I was actually hot a lot of the time at work. So you go into all these clients' houses and they've got the heating right up. And you're moving around a lot and yeah, start getting warm. But I left this morning and Lexi, bless her, was sat on the radiator keeping herself warm. She was in the best spot this morning. Got used to them, and the Ergo Softs in Black Edition. I use the grips less now. Yeah, it's just getting used to it. Learning how to hold it best. It's cold here today. I'm in PJs and heated blanket. Yeah, I don't know how cold it is right now. 4 degrees it says on my laptop. So chilly, definitely chilly. Not as cold as last night. It doesn't feel that much colder in the house per se. Yeah, you know what it was? It was last night me saying on stream, I've barely had to scrape my car this year. It heard me and it was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make you scrape your car for that. I'm going to do that on purpose. It was all my own fault. I made it frosty. I mean, it wasn't even frosty, it was proper thick ice. Sharpen this. Mother Nature will get you like that. 39 degrees here at Snow. Oh, I was trying to remember, Kimberlyn, your technique of how to... You half it, and then you add 7, or you minus 7, or what's your trick? 39 degrees, so 20, or 19.5 I should say, and then what do you do? Couldn't remember the second step. Or is it the other way around? I don't know. I got lost halfway through how to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius. Subtract 30, divide by 2. I was right. I was almost there. I mean, I forgot about the 30. So, what was your temperature? 39. 9 divided by 2, 4.5. Okay, so similar to here. There you go. And then, what was it that I was looking at yesterday? Someone said it was 75. So subtract 30, that's 45. Divide by 2, 22.5. Yeah, that was about what it was. Early 20s. Yeah. Subtract 30, divide by 2. I'll probably forget that again. I don't know where I got 7 from in my head. But I knew what I was doing was not right, and I was like, where's Kimberlyn? He didn't come into stream at that point, and then I forgot later on. So then when people say, oh, it's like 100 degrees outside, that's 70, 35. So yeah, pretty hot. Pretty hot. Just looked up the conversion and it's 3.9. 4.5 is close enough to 3.9 in my book. Yeah. I mean, it's a, like, not even a guesstimate, like estimation. It's a close enough guess. down is 80 degrees here, so that's 25-ish. Very nice. Just looked up the... oh yeah, read that. The actual formula is to subtract from 32 and multiply by 5/9, but no one is doing that in their head. Yeah, no. Absolutely not. Sorry, let me just work out my 5/9 table. Yeah, no, I can't. I mean, if you're off by a degree or two, like, you're still getting the idea of, like, how hot/cold somewhere is. It's a good little trick. I like it. Oh no, Tara's been sick. Well, lots of people are not feeling particularly well these past few weeks. Why I taught that trick to my students in Spanish classes, so we could discuss weather, clothing, travel, etc. Ah, yeah, because obviously in everywhere but the North America, because I think Canada, do Canada too? No, they don't. Everywhere but the US work in Celsius. See, that temperature in Spain was 35 and had no reference of how hot or cold that was. Yeah, 35, proper hot that. How am I doing on untouched books? You're not doing so hot? I am doing amazing. I'm so excited. And I'm doing better than what my percentages tell me. Usually in my journal, once I get to... actually no, I might be doing a bit worse because I've bought a few books. Once I get to the end of a double page spread, I'll start putting this into bookshelves so it's not all in one go. But from last month, my percentage was 12.67. You can't really see the numbers because it's in yellow. But last month I had 37 untouched books, 12.67. But already I've added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 plus another 2, 7 books to that. So yeah. But I really am doing very well with it. And a couple of these I'm planning on colouring that this month, which is great. Like, from the books that I bought over the last 2 months, there's only one that I haven't coloured in yet, so I'm getting to these new books quicker than I was before, which I'm really happy with. And I'm not adding any to my untouched books spread. Where is it? Here it is. I'm not adding any to here unless I've had the book in my collection for over 2 months. So that is good. I think I've coloured a couple of these already, actually. Just skimming over it. Like, I can see a lot on here. I'm like, yep, I'm planning on colouring that soon. I'm planning on colouring that soon, and that, and that. Oh yeah, I see one. Oh no, I don't have my pen here, so I can't do it. Are you counting when you colour a title page as touched, or you wait until you do them in the main illustrations? Oh yes, if I do a title page, as a touch book, that. And that's the beauty of #tackle the title pages. It gets you into those books in a more approachable way, and you're not putting it on the shelf untouched. I think I'm going to do that to one of these Flowerscape books that I've got. Do the little title page there. That's awesome, yeah. I have way more than that. I mean, I started off last year with 60. What did I start off this year with? Started off this year with 45? Yeah, 45. I could. And it's like I could, with the amount of pages that I colour, I could colour every single book in my collection at least once a year. But because I colour in the same book multiple times for several books, I don't. But I could. But my goal is to try and get about 10 done a month. So if I keep up with that, then I will have 0 by the midpoint of the year, which is very exciting. Not sure if I even necessarily want to get to 0, because there is one book, the Disneyland Paris book, that I don't know if I want to colour. Not yet. I am happy having it as like a line work book and just admiring it like that. So that might be like the 1% I have remaining at the end, and that won't bother me. Yeah, I've done quite a few this month already. I think 3 or 4. Yeah, just colouring a few elements to test the paper when you've got a new book count. Jana, if it counts to you, and as long as you do the same for each book, then it counts. For me, it doesn't. I don't count it as a coloured book until I've finished the page. So there's quite a few books that I have on my untouched list that have whips in, but I don't count them as coloured in until I've finished the page. That's for me, personally. But if the way you do it is just by having colour on the page, as long as you keep your system consistent, it doesn't matter how you track it. As long as you do it in the same way. It's like, do you count the type pages? As long as you're counting the same pages in each of your books to keep it consistent, then it doesn't matter how you count it. Colour every book in your collection within 6 to 8 months. I mean, I've coloured in all so far this year, I've coloured in over 100 books, which is insane. 117 for the first 2 months, and I've got just under 300. I mean, not saying that I keep the same pace, but say I do 50 a month. That's, yeah, 6 months, which is crazy. Colour in every book. But I colour in what inspires me, and I have my project books and whatnot. I'm looking forward to seeing a bunch of books get completed this year. I'm really looking forward to that, because I had 4 on my list at the start of the year, and now I think I'm going to finish 6, or I could finish 6, which is very exciting. Or even more than that. Who knows what the rest of the year holds. Give it a grey eye, there we go. I have 50 books on just one of my shelves. The whole same shelf, I've coloured exactly 6. Lucy added 8 books to your collection recently. Nice. Yeah, I was very kindly sent a few books. So I was sent those by Skittle Dog, the Colouring Freeze books. And then I got a very kind birthday gift from someone. I need to double check if they're okay with me thanking them on camera. And then I'm also looking to do an Amazon Japan order before the end of the month. But I mean, the last 2 months, I think I added 8 books to my collection in total, or 6. Not many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm like, I'm not limiting, I'm just trying to be mindful. Some books get released and I might immediately buy, like Tiny Tales Volume 3, the alphabet miniatures, or letter-based miniatures, what they call, whatever. I don't like the name 26 letter-based miniatures. Why wasn't it alphabet? Alphabet sounds better than letter-based. Letter-based sounds stupid. Sorry, Camellia. Big love to you, but I don't approve. Whenever the next person tells you have too many books, ask them if they could finish a page in every book in their collection in 6 months. That's also that is a good point. Like, oh, you're over-consumption. It's like, well, I can colour up to 50 pages a month. I can colour up to 70 pages in a month. I colour a lot. I'm a crazy girl. I had a comment, I think it was about this time last year. Someone said on one of my videos, it was one of my completed pages videos, and they said something along the lines of, I wish you would colour in more books, like, you colour in the same ones over and over again, and it's really boring. Why can't you colour more, like Coloured by Maya? And I'm just like, go watch Coloured by Maya. I do. I love her. But also, I've coloured in over 100 books so far this year. I don't think I'm not colouring in enough books. I don't think you're talking to the right person here. Like, I was just like, okay, like, whatever. Love Maya. Love that she is constantly working between wits and just going with the flow. But why are you expecting someone else to be like someone else? Like, everyone's their own unique colourist. Some people colour 5 pages in a month and they do amazing jobs, and that's amazing. Some people colour 50 and that's also amazing. Like, it doesn't matter how much or how little you do as long as you're enjoying it. That's the main thing for colouring. Right, I've just got the background left to do. Because it's not that large for how much you colour. Like I said, you can finish a book every month if you really wanted to. Yeah. Some people say dumb things on the internet, like they log on and their IQ drops, I swear, literally. I just found it an odd comment because I was like, it's not even true. That's always what I find funny. It just made me laugh. I was like, it's not even true. Like, I've coloured in a lot. I can give you the numbers. I have the data to back myself up. Right. Background time. Didn't get these blues out. But I want these blues. I know what I want. What I really, really want. I really, really, really want to take a zig. I want glacier blue, light blue, and blue. And maybe a bit of Santorini. I don't know. I'm going to do what you do. Only put a book as untouched if I don't get to it in 2 to 3 months. I still class it as, oh, I've coloured in an untouched book this month, but I don't put it on my untouched list, because otherwise it's just like an. Then the untouched list doesn't become necessarily an untouched list. It's more, these were all of the books I had untouched at the start of the year, plus all the books I've bought this year. And it's just like you're writing the same list out twice if you're also writing a list of the books you purchased. And then I'm only adding to it. Like, okay, this has been sat untouched, I've had it for over 2 months now. Like, Luna's on that list, because I bought that in December. Anything that I bought in January that I hadn't coloured by now, that would go on the list, but I have coloured in it. Please, you can laugh about it. I really hate when people cannot be kind about a video. Honestly, any hate comment I get, or even then, it's never really hate, it's more just like, you and your consumerist behaviours, and I'm just like, whatever. Like, you're allowed to have your opinions, like, just why do you want me to change my behaviour though? Like, leave me alone. I lost my train of thought. I just kind of laugh because I'm like, why are you wasting your time on this? I don't care. Literally, I genuinely, someone could say the most horrible thing to me. I mean, actually, no one's said the most horrible thing to me, so I can't comment on that, but I'm here for the joy, and I'll always just reply kindly. And I think the best thing about hate comments is they're boosting engagement. They're boosting the video. They're pushing it out to more people by sending their hate comment. It's much more beneficial if they start watching a video to hate it and they bugger off and never come back again. That damages someone's platform more than sending a hate comment. You got told to expand your vocabulary. Well, do they have a thesaurus they can give you? Can they give you a glossary of terms to sprinkle in your video? If not, then leave you alone. Like, don't just tell someone do this, but then give them no explanation on how to do it. Like, what? And maybe they have that perception because some books do come up every month. There's always Fairy Tale Worlds, always a Camellia, always a Matchstick Mouse, always an Archie Hampson. Yeah, like, I knew what they were saying because I've got my project books, the books where I do colour in every month. But I also colour in so many other different books. Each month I'm colouring in like 30 books. I wanted to turn this a jog on, but obviously didn't. Yeah, you know what you should have done? Looked up like how to tell someone to leave me alone in the most professional, profound way on like AI or something. You know how it's like, word me an email and give it this kind of tone. You should have done that. But it's like, what? Why does a person sharing their colouring need to expand their vocabulary? It's not like they're a person sharing literary thoughts. It's colouring. Go away. I would say the white is not the best white. That's okay. Most whites aren't the best whites. Someone was mean to Tara about flipping. Literally, it's like, flip off. I say it so much now. I mean, I said it before, but I love it. Like, I think it just shows her passion, and it's her. It's just her. And why are you hating on her for being herself and getting excited? I think the one that I really didn't get was the person who told her that she was being like rude for not trying to pronounce Melpomene's name, yet spelt Melpomene incorrectly in said comment. And it's like, if you're going to correct someone, one, give them the phonetic pronunciation of it. Like, tell them how to correct themselves. Don't just say they're wrong. Give people the opportunity. Like what? I don't get the point of saying you said it wrong. You're bad for saying it wrong. If you're not going to give me the way to say it right, how am I supposed to know if you don't tell me? Like, tell me if I'm saying something wrong. I'm happy to be corrected. But then to also spell the name wrong in your comments, like, that's rude. Oh, just some people, I do not understand. Right. Bit of light blue. Nobody pronounces her last name correctly. Honestly, I watched the intro of her colour along video about 10 times. Just the first 8 seconds of it. Because 8 seconds is when she said her name. And I think because of my accent, I'm never going to be able to say it right, but it's Hatsapaniyotu. There's no C, and it's a Y sound instead of a G sound. That's what I got from her video. But everyone says it slightly differently. And I totally respect people just calling her Melpomene, because it's hard. It is hard. Flippin' is her word now. Flippin' awesome, yeah. And everyone in the chat is like, this looks flippin' amazing. Flippin' love it. I know I do. In her chats. What's her nationality? Greek. There you go. I was not aware. Right, let's grab grab a little bit of Santorini at the top here. You know what, I'm going to put my paper the other way so that I don't have to keep adjusting it. There we go. Don't know where she is a citizen or if she lives in Greece or not. Yeah, I'm not sure either. But I also saw her say to someone, call me Many. And her name on YouTube is Many, not YouTube, but her name on Instagram is Many's Art. I think it's Many's _ art. She is from Greece. There we go. Which feels funny because this pencil I'm using is called Santorini. Did you see that she's going to do a Q&A video? She invited us to ask questions. I think she posted on both YouTube and Instagram. Oh, amazing. I say Mel P most of the time. Love it. Yeah, I think some people call her Mel Chat. That's like the slang version. I feel like one of those questions definitely has to be, please tell us how to pronounce your name. Ooh. Give us some advice on how to pronounce it. But I mean, spreading the word about Camilla Dorico, I was watching Helen, Little Hobby Nook. She also discovered at pretty much the same time as I did, but from a different source, how to pronounce Camilla Dorico's name. And it's going well, guys. I've been watching people's videos and they've been pronouncing it the correct way, and I'm like, yes, spreading the word. I just find it crazy that she's literally had colouring books out since 2016, and only now, 10 years later, have we learned how to pronounce it. Go ask her questions. I wrote 4. I'm hoping for a long video. Kimberlyn, you always ask great questions. You do. I liked your questions from my Q&A video. I always struggle thinking of questions on the spot. And often I'll read through other people's questions and be like, oh yeah, that's a good one, that's a good one. I'm mad at myself about that one, I know better. Yeah, it's just kind of crazy to me that we've been saying it's so wrong for so long. Then suddenly, oh, there it is. That's how you say it. There we go. Moving on. I had a student whose last name was Rodolico, emphasis on the li. Does anyone have the Selena Fenwick 800-page book? It's got 400 of her images over 20 of her colouring books. I wish she did one of that of her grayscale images. I have seen that. Who did I see? Julianne, potentially? Julianne in it art? I saw someone. I saw it pop up on my feed and I was like, do I watch it? Do I pretend I did not see? I don't want to be influenced. But yeah, I'd seen that book on Amazon beforehand, and yeah, what a book. What a book. I know Yolanda talked about it. I can't remember if she actually got it, or if she thought about getting it, or if she thought about getting it and didn't. Can't remember what she said. But I do remember her talking about it in stream a little while ago. I think she has it. Yeah, I mean, when you've got an archive like she does, that's what I call a collection. It's not a collection, it's an archive. If she dies, her house should be made into a museum. called the Colouring Collection Archive. Preserved for all eternity for colouring book lovers to marvel at from across the world. We can all visit, yeah. The entry is one new book. You have to supply it. You have to keep supplying. Got to buy a book that's not already in it. I often think to myself, she must genuinely have the largest colouring book collection in the whole of the Netherlands. There can't be anyone with a larger one than hers. Surely not. And I just think that's such a cool fact. Like, having the largest collection of something in your country, that's an achievement. Yeah, how do you get the book to lie flat? Literally, like... And what a thing to haul around. That's not a book to take on holiday, that's for sure. But it's got a hard cover, doesn't it? So I'd be so fearful that all the pages will fall out, because at the end of the day it is Amazon. You're making me want to watch Flip Through now. Let's see who it was that did it, and I'll get it loaded up on my phone so I can remember to watch it later. Ooh, I've got a couple more. Or one more. Yeah, just one more. One more entry for the... not entry, but person joining the Romantic Country collab. Lovely Wendy. Right, YouTube. Selena Fennick 400 page. Oh, that's about 400. It was Sophie's Colouring Journey. That's who I saw. Oh my gosh, an hour and 21 minutes flick through. That'll keep me busy for a couple of nights going to sleep. Because I like watching relaxing videos like that as I go to sleep. Like collections, flip throughs. And I'll just continue watching it over several nights. At the moment I've been watching Zacatissimo's colouring book collection. I've been on part 5 for about a week. I think I skipped over a couple of parts, but I was excited to watch the Asian colouring books. Ooh, creaky creak. Saw that and did the exact thing. Fell asleep, lol. You know what I want to try and find, or see if I can find? Anyone's done a flip through of the Mythographic Artists Vault / Archive and said what each book pages are from, or if they're an exclusive one. So I know Candice has all the mythographics, but I don't know if she did that. I was kind of avoiding flip-throughs of the Artists Archive, but I was very, very kindly sent it the other day, so now I feel like I can go back and watch a load of people's flips and ogle over it. I do prefer the Artists Archive over Vault. I could see myself colouring more pages in it. Just to have them in my collection as a somewhat of a collector myself is great. Saw that and did the exact same thing. Oh yeah, I read that. Read that already. Oh, that's got a bit of bent edge. Should it be a law that anyone making a compilation books should have an index telling what pages come from which books? Yes. Everybody please take note from Maria Troller. She is the gold standard of compilation books. She did, and honestly, that's a book I'd recommend to beginners. Universe. I think compilation books are great for when you're starting out. So you could be like, okay, I like this one, what book's that from? I want to see more. Or I'm not so drawn to these styles, I won't bother with that one, kind of thing. Or, I mean, it gives you loads of colouring time alone, and even if you do have the other books, it's got so many exclusive images to it, it still is worth it as a book in its own right. I'll put it at the bottom, exactly. Just give us a list somewhere. If you have any book with any kind of story or creatures in it, give us an index. What are they? Let me look them up. Or flowers that are based on real ones. Getting so bored of this background, but almost there. And I think it does give it just that bit more smoothness and definition, a bit more of a blend of colours, not so flat. Flowers definitely, for bigger flowers with a scan code to see what the flower looks like, that Flowerscape. Oh yeah, just recently got that book, and I think what I love most about that QR code is it does just take you to a generic picture of said flower, but it is a coloured version of said flower. So if you're a real beginner to colouring florals kind of thing, because often you can look at a reference picture and be like, well, it's not positioned in the same way, so I don't know how to do the lights and the shadows. But with the Flowerscape QR codes, you've got where to put your lights, your shadows, the colour placement exactly for that flower that you see on the page. And I think that is a very valuable resource to have. And I'd love to see another book from Maggie, because it was 2024 that book was released. Give us more, please. You could do like Flowerscape in Europe, Flowerscape in America, Flowerscape in Australia, like different regional places, and doing like region specific flowers could be a really cool way of broadening the concept. So you have all these gorgeous native flowers. It'd be nice to have like books dedicated to them, which is such an amazing way of creating them into works of art. Right, grab my last blue. Where is it? Oh, here it is. I'm doing the Stargazer Lily page in Flowerscape right now. There's a second flower there that I'm trying to figure out, but with no luck. Let me grab the book and we'll see if chat can help you out, because I probably won't, because I'm no good at flowers, but other people are, and you're getting a sneak peek. Oh, it's so gorgeous, that purple colour. Scrummy. Scrummy. Right, Stargazer Lily. Stargazer Lily. Let's go. I really want to do the daffodil page in here first. I'm seeing lots of daffodils at the moment and I want to do them. Stargazer lily. Lily of the valley. Here it is. Stargazer lily. Bees! It's got bees! So there's a second flower there that you're trying to figure out. They all look like lilies to me. Oh, this flower. It's kind of got a more rounded petal, doesn't it? Also, I don't know if I said hi, Erica. Did you just slip in? But hello. Yeah, I think these ones you're wondering about. Because that's definitely... They're definitely different flowers. Check the page before and after. Nope. Nope. It's not a columbine, that's for sure. None of them. Because sometimes they'll be on pages before and after. Anyone help? Anyone help? I would have no clue. Have you tried taking a picture of it uncoloured and asking like ChatGPT or something like that, what flower is this? Because that can give you a good starting off point. Well, chat's gone quiet, so I don't think anyone knows, I'm afraid. Keep it up for a bit. So it's definitely a different flower. It's a gorgeous page though. I mean, it's got bees on it, come on. I mean, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely. Right. I don't think we got any floral experts in chat, I'm afraid. Yeah, this is what I want to do. And I feel like this is quite a nice, easy starting page. The daffodil, the fact that it's just like this little posy almost. But I also really like the title page. This one with the wattle flowers. I think that one's a nice easy one. Oh, and it's got a daffodil as well. But yeah, maybe, yeah, I'm thinking start with the daffodil in this one and maybe the title page of the other one. Tried that with a couple of Melbourne Minis flowers, but they're too stylised. It says that it's a line drawing from the book Flowerscape by Maggie and Terry. It's very helpful. Just about, what flower is it though? Yeah, it does depend on the artist's style. It doesn't help when it's like super stylised. It's amazing the amount of stuff AI search engines know. I know, right? Yeah, it is handy when you've got a page and you're like, I know what that is, but what's that? Or often I've done it for like a Camellia Angel Covert animal where I'm not quite sure what it is. I'm like, what is this? Be like, because of this and this, it's a this. And then I'll kind of clap back and be like, but isn't it this instead? And they'll be like, oh, you're right, well done. You're like, thanks, love. I like it when it complements my work. Like when you show a picture and you're like, how should I colour the rest of this image? And it goes, amazing start, you've chosen amazing colours. And I'm like, thanks ChatGPT, love you. Really boosts my spirits. Blue sky's incredible. It looks a lot better on camera. It always looks better on camera. Yeah, just trying to get it as smoothed out as possible. I'm struggling blending this lightest colour in with the other one. It's just not quite doing it for me. Doesn't help that I'm just like, I'm getting to the point where I'm about done with this page. I think it's pretty good in terms of blend. And it's okay if there are a few lines in the sky, because the sky is not perfectly smooth and even. I really struggled colouring the cat in the spooky page I shared at the start of last stream with you all. You know when you colour with something on a smooth paper and you can see the pencil lines, and you can kind of rub at the paper with your finger or a bit of tissue and it will get rid of those pencil smudgier lines. And I did that for this spooky page. I need to show you. It is insanely shiny. It looks like I've put a glaze pen on it or something. It's so shiny. Look at that. And that is just burnished pencil, and then I used a tissue to kind of wipe over it to remove those pencil line texture, but oh my god, I struggled so much. It looks like an oil slick. It's Black Widow's. But I did her for a different, it's just because she's so big and I didn't want to have that pencil texture show through. Honestly, I should have just based her in an alcohol marker and that would have been so much better. I've done her before in here and it hasn't looked as bad, but she's way smaller. I mean, yeah, she is not shining like a diamond here, but I've got more pencil texture here. I think I built it up with more layers and didn't burnish it so much there. And I suppose that one's quite shiny. Shiny. Yeah, colouring black is hard. But this one, glossy. It's kind of funny, especially compared to the dragon. It looks almost matte. And there is a bit of a shine to it, but shiny cat. But I mean, it works. It works for the page. It's stylised. And if you look at it, like not on an angle, like if you don't move it, then it looks fine and normal. But I just wasn't expecting it to have this shine after just wiping away the pencil texture. Crazy. Looks like it could be a starlet lily. They're a bit rounder and could fit the theme. Ooh. Starlet lily. Oh yeah. I'll just show you some pictures on screen. That's why I used a black Faber-Castell Pitt pen, but it was streaky. Yes. It's another idea. I could use a Tombow. But for those large areas it is hard. Yeah, like this one with the rounder, slightly rounder leaves. Not leaves, they're petals. Could work. There you go, Erica. Oh, Angela bought the 400-page Selena book. It's amazing. How How chunky is it? Is it just pure chunk? How many books high is it? I'm so interested in that. Like, how many normal Amazon print books high is that book? But I'm interested to see like what pages it has from which books. So I don't have any Selena Fenix. I try and not buy Amazon print books for detailed work like that. I like it for your cute cozy, I like it for your RJ, I like it for your Morgan, they work. But for doing a portrait, when it's not like stylised and cutesy, like I have it for Yusiku, the Witches series, but they're not particularly realistic. But when you get into slightly more realistic ones like Christine Karen or Selena Fenwick or Yana Prosperina, I'm just like, I don't know if I want to... Like with skin, I like doing layers. Yeah, I've got it in Colouring Heaven. I've got the cutesy style and the more realistic style. I do like it there. Right, I think I'm about done with that. Just want to go over the clouds a bit. Yeah, how can you colour in the huge Selena Fenwick book? Right, does it stay open pretty flat as well? A very fat phone book, measures 6 centimetres. Oh my gosh, 6 centimetres. It's the length of my finger. Not that finger, not that finger. It's the length of my ring finger. I can't, I have a very weak ring finger. It's the length of that finger. It's the height of the book. That's a chonker. I mean, what's the chunkiest book I have? Probably Fairy Tales and Folklore. Right, compare it to the ring finger. It's like a third. I mean, I can literally use a ruler. Yeah, it's 2 centimetres. Triple the size of Fairy Tales and Folklore. That's the chunkiest book I have. That's insane in perspective. Insane. And that is a chonker. That would take up like a quarter of your bookshelf. It really would. Oh, for the Americans, 6 centimetres. 2 and just under a half inches. Just under 2.5 inches. Crazy. That should be a tag, your chunkiest book. Like how we had does book size matter, does chunk matter? I think I might take some of this blue, this light blue, into the water because it's looking a little bit odd. I mean, it looks nice and natural. I'd quite like to get a bit of the tone. This thing, so I'm just going to lightly apply this over. Hopefully get a little bit of that brightness coming through. mean, this colour choice was based off pictures I found online. Don't know why I decided to do that, considering that there's a whole zebra dragon on the page. But I think this is making that subtle difference that I wanted. Oh yeah. Yeah, if you compare that side to that side, it's brought that brightness a little bit down, but you've still got that natural tone, which is nice. Oh yeah, the 300 coloriage, the Disney ones. They do it like every year. I know Yolanda has those. I mean, Disney Vitro is probably pretty thick. Come to think of it. Alright, here you are. Disney Vitro. Oh, it's actually the same as 2 centimetres. But a lot bigger. Next book you have is the Le Monde Enchanté de Lulumeo. Oh yeah, I would have totally bought that book if I didn't already have every single book pretty much from that book. Right, just time for the white paint pen. There we go. Right, eye shinies first. All 3 of those and the hardback Grand Classiques take a good part of my shelf, I can imagine. Your chunky shelf. Just adding some white lines to the ripples of the water for a highlight. They do lay flat, surprisingly enough. That's good. I mean, otherwise that would be an absolute nightmare to colour in if they couldn't lie flat. But yeah, I'm very interested to watch that flip through now. Not sure whether I want to bother outlining the clouds. I'm looking at it in the view, in the webcam view on my laptop. Yeah. Let's start with this one, see how it looks. Often I find you need to do 2 layers of a white paint pen to cover up a black line. Don't be afraid that it looks rubbish to start with, you can always go over it. Yeah, I like that. You don't. Well, too late. Too late, Kimberlyn. Way too late. I'm gonna keep going. I wonder on the 400 images, if I get the hardbound edition, if it will have that dumb Amazon premium paper in. Oh, you think all the hardcovers? Ah, interesting. I'm always encouraging you to be a more lazy colourist, thank you. Honestly, Kimberlyn's my biggest supporter in, like, leaving a background white. Kimberlyn's like, just do it. Just move on. Come on, got another page to do now. Let's get to the next one. Got 3 books like that, and I can't or won't colour in them. I keep trying to find a video on how and what to use for those books. It's a shame, really. Yeah, I don't know. I feel... oh, someone did a video where they bought the it was when RJ came out with the premium edition. If you search RJ Hampson premium versus regular paper, I feel like quite a few videos should come up where people have tested mediums. From what I gather, it takes water a little bit better than Amazon paper, which for some colourists is quite important for them, whereas for me, I just never even try using water. I might use a little bit of metallic watercolour, but that's about as far as my use of water goes. Probably because all his hardcovers are the premium paper versus the soft cover, so you have to trade the extra pages for premium paper and hardcover for $6 more. That's why I don't even want to bother getting the premium. Like, the fact that it's more expensive and you don't get the duplicates with the difference, I love. There's nothing... I mean, there's lots of things I love more. There's nothing I love more than receiving a new RJ book and playing Spot the Difference, going back and forth between the 2 sets of images. It's so fun. I love it. It's like an extra added joy. Yeah, my parents are rummaging around upstairs, going to bed. I am very almost done. That was not correct English. I am very nearly almost done. There you go. That's a sentence. There we go. Did I do a second layer here? No, I didn't. Mandine Jung books are like that, and I really want to colour her images. I think the best thing an artist who's on Amazon can do is have the Amazon print books and also offer PDFs to download, because I feel like in that sense you're pleasing both people. Like, for the people that absolutely cannot stand Amazon paper and will not colour pages without it but love an artist, you can download, print off at home, no problem. But then for those who really just want a printed book and a bound book, they can also have the access to that. I think the same should be said for like any artist on Etsy and artist on Amazon kind of thing. It does seem like more and more are doing that, to be fair. Nice shiny there. Right. I am done. I don't think I'm going to add any highlights to the wings because I think that would look weird. Yeah, I prefer actual books as well. I'd much rather proper book than printing. Right, that is this page done. Honestly, I love how it turned out. It looks so cool. It looks very striking. I like how the lion's coming in stalking, and it's just so cute. It's so cute. I just love the kind of story that's going on with this page. But yeah, it was great to colour this with you all. So, I'm going to be live tomorrow, 3 PM my time, and I've decided I'm going to colour this. I think I might do something like base the water and the grass off camera, just because it's so big and large and you don't need to see me spend half an hour colouring this. You know what I mean? Like, getting in with the nitty gritty details, and then I feel like if I've already done the water and the grass as a base before the stream, then I've got more of a chance of being able to finish this in one day. Yes, it's Amy's page, and I will make sure to have a link to her Ko-fi store pinned in the comments when I do the stream tomorrow, so you can access this as well. And I will let her know as well that I'm going to be streaming. Make sure you send her some love, because she's in hospital at the moment. But yeah, I'm going to colour this tomorrow. But yeah, thank you for joining me today on this spontaneous stream. I was glad to finish this page off. Another dragon of the month. I'm trying to think, how many dragons have I coloured so far this month? Let me look at my journal and count. I'm curious. So this is 1. Then 2, the spooky page. None of them. Okay, I thought I'd done more than I have. There were 3 on a page in A Million Magical Creatures, so that's 5. And then. Okay, I've just done 5. Not that many, actually. I thought I'd done loads. It's 5. Which for some people is loads, and I'm not disputing that. But I thought I'd done a lot more than I have. But still, we've got over half of the month still to go. Just over. But yeah, thank you everybody for joining me. It was lovely hanging out with you all, and it's a nice kind of calm stream. Yeah, really enjoyed spending the evening with you all, and I will hopefully see as many of you tomorrow as I can. Yeah, I will schedule that tomorrow at some point in the morning, and be live at 3 PM GMT. So I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining. Bye bye.